Let's help them with their flight school. So I take a look at the flight manual. You know, they have flight manuals teaching people how to fly airplanes at the same time telling them about the planet. It's like the planet. Yeah. You look at the flight manual and it tells you about the planet at the same time it's telling you about the airplane. I was like, man, there's probably scientists that look at stuff like that. And people get mad. Like, I had to go to school all these years, all this education, understanding stuff. You go, oh God, there's a God above, and He said, I got this gifted person here, I got this talented person here, and then we got these advisors. They're like gifted and talented. Probably pay attention when they talk. So we say, okay, let's help them out with their flight school. Well, they say, you gotta have this and that to take off. When he said, trees, I don't understand. It's just, particles and stuff, atomic structures. You got different planes or different stuff. And let me tell you about the fuel ratio. I say, well, let's start with fuel ratio, because a lot of people don't understand fuel ratio. So he said, fuel ratio, yeah, the fuel ratio. You see, the fuel ratio, the ratio of mixtures, or the fuel ratio, the fuel race, the race against the clock, the time that you run out of fuel and then we can't fix anything. Or the fuel ratio, see, the fuel, the wisdom of the oil for your heads will raise you up from the ashes of defeat. Of course, there's a lot of desert out there. Well, that dry air, it's harder to take off. Take a lot of fuel, man. It just like sucks the moisture right out of the engine, man. It's like gone, So, it's like, how can you surf with the moisture in the air, like surfing the ocean? There's no moisture in the air, so we have all these different techniques. But I want to point simplicity for complexity. Here you go. You ever been to the airport, man? And you're like, hey, look at them trees. Hey, did you know the wind, it come? The trees, they slow down the wind speed. And he said, oh, yeah, man, you got a crosswind or something? Crosswind, yeah, you talked to Jesus lately? He said, just educate, save the United States. He says, okay, you got crosswinds, at 200 miles per hour, 150 miles per hour across the desert, and you're like, man, how do you lift off in that? Sandstorms, getting in the intakes of the engines and stuff. Man, the engines are sucking in sand, and oh man, how they don't work. Crash, you got all this stuff, And then I say, filters. Airports, they got trees and stuff around them, right? Air filters. Well, it's like God's natural air filter, huh? They take the wind, come down, the heat and stuff. It slows the, dissipation of moisture in the air, because the leaves and trees, wind can't just blow away. So, evaporation, humidity in the air and stuff. You say, well, you look at that kind of stuff and you go, when the sun come down, it beat down on the ground and dry all the water out. The trees kind of protect from that, so it kind of bounce off a little bit. But still, some of that moisture and humidity gets up in the air, and you're like, oh, you got updrafts and downdrafts. Now imagine where those downdrafts are. Well, ain't no trees and not a whole lot of humidity. Downdraft. You see trees, they might have updrafts. Who knows? It's sort of like when you're sailing on a boat, like the U.S. Navy did, a long time ago. He says, hey, you see trees? Well, look for the birds. Oh, you mean land and trees? If there's birds, there's land and trees. If there's no birds, must not be any trees. It must be hard for planes to fly out there, huh? It takes a lot of fuel economy. We call that the fuel ratio, you see? So, people want to know how to teach flight school. So I said, I'll give you a few tips. Hey, check it out. They put a helicopter out here for me today. See, I was thinking about ask, you receive, man. You guys don't know about this God stuff, man. I'm telling you. They say, hey, God, He says, yeah, God, man, and guards. You know, yeah, guarding the word of God, man. Hey, you ask, you receive, man. I said, man, I really like to see a helicopter. So I come down to the airport today. I'm like, I didn't see no helicopters. You see one? Oh, well, hold on. We gotta examine around a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta look over your shoulders. Hey, you remember Michael Jackson was singing a song? Hey, I look over my shoulders. And the other guy's like, hey, it was supposed to say shoulder, not shoulders. He's like, no, man. I'm supposed to look over my shoulders. There's more than one guy here. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Check out this mini helicopter. Hey, you guys ever see those Mini Coopers? They got like these adventures and stuff going on at the car dealership right now. They got a whole line of Mini Coopers down there. I'm like, hey, somebody test drive one of these and buy it, you know? And like, you can go around on these cool adventures we're about to make. Hey, by the way, 10 days. That's 5 of us apply for the 10 Commandments. We got these atlases coming in, man. We're going to be sending all kind of governmental people these weird, cool stuff that people go do, you know? Learn about God, society, aliens, and space stuff, especially airplanes and stuff. Maybe save a little bit of that fuel, you know, fuel economy. You know, they got fuel economy for cars. You ever heard of fuel economy for planes? Well, the jets really need them. Hold on. Look at this. Oh, man. Hey, they say, keep off the fence. No need to climb the fence, man. We got education coming, okay? Keep off the fence. Here we go. Ready? Oh, must be a helicopter, huh?